We want to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Touring and Cruises. Here's something you might not know. Booking with a travel advisor doesn't cost you anything. Disney pays them after you travel. You'll pay the same price you see online, but Touring and Cruises adds an enhanced level of service. Their expert advisors watch for discounts and apply them automatically, even after you book. And it's not just Disney. They can help with cruises, Universal, and all kinds of vacations. Whether you want help planning it all or just someone in your corner if plans change, they're here to help. And yes, they'll wait on hold with Disney 4 hours, so you don't have to. So when you're ready to plan your next trip, head to touringandcruises.com and tell them Rope Drop Radio sent you. Now, let's rope drop.
Helping you navigate the Disney parks.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
You're listening to Rope Drop Radio.
Welcome to another Rope Drop Radio. I'm Doug McKnight here with Lauren Shields. And Lauren, we have an exciting announcement to kick off the show today, don't we?
You have been dying to announce this.
It's been in the works for a while, but we have an additional sponsor that will be joining us here on Rope Drop Radio, and that is the Lincoln Airport. So the Lincoln, Nebraska Airport will be an additional sponsor in addition to Touring and Cruises. But Lincoln Airport today announced that they're adding a nonstop direct flight from Lincoln, Nebraska to Orlando on Breeze Airways. Let me just say, Breeze Airways is pretty darn nice, Lauren. I've flown it before.
Have you? I've never flown it. How was it?
It's really nice. They have all new airplanes. It is a budget airline, which means I can afford their version of first class.
Oh.
So I feel pretty swanky when I fly first class. But they offer a great flight from John Wayne Airport to MCO. So if you want to do Disney World, Disneyland, it's a great direct.
That is a win.
It is really nice. It's about a 5.5 hour flight. And I sprung for the first class on that one. But I'm looking forward to it. Flights out of Lincoln, direct. So I'm about maybe 50 minutes from the Lincoln Airport. I'm about 25 to 30, depending on traffic, to the Omaha Airport. So I kind of can pick and choose. And now that they're adding other flights, very exciting. So anybody kind of in the whole eastern central Nebraska sphere, it's a great option. And skipping the connection, which means I don't have to go to Chicago as often, which is always a good thing, Lauren.
That's not always good. Chicago's excellent.
We'll talk more about Chicago in the after show, I think.
Yes, but I am jealous that you have so many options. That's nice that Breeze is coming to do this direct flight, because I do not have a direct flight from here.
Yeah, so thank you to the Lincoln Airport, and you guys will be hearing our sponsorship of them going forward for the next months, year, however long that may last, but excited to have them on board. And other people we're excited to have on board are our patrons, Lauren.
Oh, yes. We love our Patreons. We have no new Patreons this week. So, Doug, I'm thinking some tiers are in order, correct?
I'm still pretty excited about the whole Breeze thing. So,
okay, we'll save it for another week.
Yeah.
But thank you to all of our support, for everyone who's joined that. Please check it out. Check out Rope Drop Radio on patreon.com. We've had a couple people I know checking it out. You can go in there for free and kind of check it out if you want to do it that way, and then see if you want to upgrade. We're going to do an after show, which is what our Patreons get to listen to, where we talk about pixie dusting.
Yes, our guest has some stories about pixie dusting today, so that will be exciting. Another great way to support the show is by leaving a 5-star review, and we will read it on air. And just making sure you're subscribed to the show wherever you listen, whether it's Spotify, Apple, or some weird app that only 7 people have. Just make sure you're subscribed. So today's 5-star review is titled, Lauren and Doug Rock. Rope Drop is my favorite Disney pod for up-to-date information about navigating the parks. They are experts on Disney travel and a lot of fun to listen to.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Lindsay, for a wonderful review. And so we're going to talk today about the 7 deadly Disney sins.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, more about that after this break. Hey, Nebraska rope droppers. Getting to the magic just got easier. The Lincoln Airport now offers nonstop flights to Orlando twice a week on Breeze Airways. Every Wednesday and Saturday. Skip the layovers and get straight to Mickey faster than ever. I've flown Breeze myself. It's a great experience with one of the youngest fleets in the sky, flying only Airbus A220s. So next time you're planning a Disney vacation, start at Lincoln Airport, your shortcut to the magic. And welcome back. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a great show, don't you think so, Lauren?
I think so. I'm excited for this one.
Yes. So we have a guest coming on. He is more myth than man. He is the one behind Tinfoil Mouse Ears on all the social media. He writes a Substack for the DCL duo. He prognosticates. I can't talk. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting all dramatic, and it's just overwhelming me. But we're welcoming on CT to talk about the 7 deadly Disney sins. Welcome to the show, CT.
I don't think anybody's going to die, Doug.
I know. The words weren't coming out right, were they?
So
7
close.
Disney sins. Yeah, the 7 Disney sins we're going to talk about.
The
today.
7 deadly Disney sins. Aren't they deadly? No, they're not.
I think me and Doug have been texting him as the 7 deadly Disney sins, which is terrible. And I didn't even realize I was doing
It's extreme.
it. It is extreme.
Depends on what happens if you don't do them.
I actually
And
have
who
to
you're
give a quick
traveling with.
shout out to Ryan Alexander, because it was
Yeah.
talking on your guys' socials that actually prompted the whole idea.
Mm.
So he's
Nice.
Yes,
he's
I
a follower
remember
of the
that.
show.
Yes, Ryan was on Rope Drop on Deck a week or two ago. So, and cruised on the Star Cruiser with me. So that's something to live and tell the tale. So, all right, the 7 sins of Walt Disney World. I think they might be deadly, personally. You don't think so, huh?
We'll talk about 5 maybe being that. We'll talk about 5.
Yeah.
Maybe it depends on who you do these in front of. Like if I were to commit one of these sins in front of my wife, might be more dangerous to my health, right?
Yeah.
All right, so how this is going to work, CT is going to give us the sin, a little bit on it, and then we'll each kind of throw in a little nugget that we may think of that goes with that sin. So CT, take it away. What is sin number 1 at Walt Disney World?
The first one is trying to wing it.
Like I did that intro?
Trying to just show up and think it's all going to work out exactly the way you want it. And I've talked to, several friends who have, they show up and I get a text like, hey, we're in Orlando. Where do we buy tickets?
Oh,
And like, that's when I'm mad at my phone. Like, I don't know what to do with that. Like, you
How do
couldn't
you-
call me sooner. You couldn't
Right.
text me sooner. It wasn't the day of.
I would reply with the same way you buy tickets in, Minot, North Dakota on your phone. Yeah.
It also was during park reservation time.
Oh,
So it
I
was
was-
incredibly tragic.
that is bringing back memories because I would get last minute frantic texts like, can you help my friend so and so? And they need a park reservation. And I'm like, it's not happening. It's
You
not
say,
happening.
have fun at Epcot, kids. Sometimes that
back in the-
disappeared. Yeah.
Back in the day, like when they were still limiting numbers, I remember it was spring break was the worst of it. Like just seeing tons of people turned away at the gates was awful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But winging it's a bad idea. You can't
Yeah,
wing
don't
this
do
kind
that.
of trip. And I don't think you've got a lot of listeners that are winging it. So we're in good company, I think. Most of your, right? I would think most
Yeah,
of the listeners are planners, right?
If you're listening to this podcast, you are a planner and you're way ahead of
Yep.
the curve.
All right, Lauren, what falls under that category for you?
I like this point. Have a travel agent. It costs you nothing. So we are free to work with. Disney pays us after you travel. It's the same pricing if you booked on your own. They put the commission in there. So the pricing we show you is the same. Basically, you are paying for a travel agent whether you use one or not. And we can tell you things about like, do you need park reservations? Because some tickets still do need park reservations. Not a lot of them, but it's confusing. So we are happy to help you. We can help you pick out resorts, get you the right kind of tickets and all that good kind of stuff and take good care of you.
Yeah, all good points there. Can't argue with any of that. One thing about winging it is you have to talk about the risk of what season you're traveling in and how to prepare for it. Because if you're going to just wing it and show up like December and January, you got to pack different clothes. The crowds are different. The holidays are different. You definitely compare to going in September, right? And if you don't know about the Halloween parties that happen in August, you may not be ready for that. And so winging is definitely preparing for the season, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we are trying to prepare my in-laws because they are traveling with us next week. It's August. The parks are going to be hot, and I'm worried that they're not going to keep up with their hydration.
The heat
So
index was like 120 degrees in Florida today. You know that, right?
I know. I
Mm.
hear there's a cool down coming. We'll
Sure.
see.
Sure.
We'll
If
see.
you're going to will it into existence, Lauren,
Fingers crossed.
good luck. Good luck.
Um,
I think steamy
it's
is the right temperature. Steamy.
it's also
Yeah.
like we're in the day and age. There's so many resources for learning about one of these trips before you go on them. Right? There's great podcasts, right? Like Rope Drop Radio. There's all kinds of vloggers out there. I mean, there's someone on the internet that will show you every meal that you could eat
Mm-hmm.
at Chefs de France. Right? Like there is a vlog, a podcast, a for everything that you would want to do down there. Spend some time on a Saturday, right? Just surf around the internet.
Yeah.
Even that gets you, and to be quite honest, if you've got a good travel agent, mine points me in the direction of several resources for me to research on my own on top of doing my travel planning. So
Yeah, and I think that's a good caveat that like there are people who are never going to say anything negative about Disney. And Doug and I we don't want to be negative about Disney. We just want to be honest. And you'll find people online that want like the invites and stuff. So if someone's saying everything's wonderful all the time, question that a little bit.
yeah,
you,
that's fair.
you want to find an honest source that will tell you what's good and what's not so you don't waste your time.
Yeah,
Yeah, if they say all the food tastes good, don't trust
that's
them.
not true.
Because
That's not true.
there's some counter service and some snacks that I have tried that are not good.
Like the pickle milkshake.
Oh, that was... First of all, it wasn't actually pickle flavored, it was dill flavored. Two different things. They lied to me. They didn't call it a dill milkshake. See, this is honest reporting right there. Mm-hmm.
We all know how we all feel the same way about the blue milk, correct?
Oh, no, not
I
at
will
this
tolerate
round
it.
table. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What is tolerate?
Like if
Wait,
it's a hot day, I don't mind it.
Blue milk is dichotomy. It's either you like it or you don't. There's none of
It's...
this tolerate in between.
I'm somewhere in the middle.
There are
And
worse
the green
things.
milk is terrible.
Yeah. There are worse things. If I get handed one for free, I will ingest it.
Yeah.
I will say that. But I'm never going to go out of my way or spend my own money on a blue milk.
Yeah.
All right. What is the next semi-deadly sin?
Okay, so the next Disney sin I think is not prioritizing character dining if you've got young kids.
Or just adults. Like we could go on adults trips too, and we like the character
Yeah.
dining. But I think that's more just your personality. But the young kids,
Yes.
100%.
Yep. You save a lot of time in the parks by not standing in some character lines. One of the first things I did on planning my last trip was I talked to my nieces about it was about 90 days out, just before the ADR window opened, and I asked them what are the characters that they wanted to see. They picked a couple for every park, and then the ones I could bundle into a dining, I did that. And then when we were hopping through all the rides and doing the thing, we hit the ones that we couldn't get during character dining. It was like we had to go see Maribel because she wasn't at 1900 Park Fair.
Of course.
The night we were there, she wasn't there, so we had to divert a little and add that to it. But character dining's huge.
1900 Park Fair struggles to get all their characters.
I have
there.
never eaten there since it reopened with the characters that are supposed to be there. Hasn't happened
It's
yet.
amazing.
But no, I think that's great advice. I also found when my kids were little, like it actually helped them like stay focused on dinner. Like they'd sit their butts in their seat because they were like checking out for the characters. They would eat better than just if we did regular dining. So I think that's a great advice on the character dining.
Well, it also ends up throwing more buffets your way, and your kids aren't waiting for food.
That's true.
As much as they do if you're doing a trip with Le Cellier is a great place to go, but the kids are going to wait a while to eat, right? So
yeah.
then it turns into how do you keep them occupied during that time? You don't have to worry about that as much at character dining. So it's another way that it plays
Yeah.
well.
And they're
So,
quick with the family style too. It's a family style restaurant. They want you in and out.
Yeah, they don't poke around with those. And also, that kind of goes hand in hand with the dining plan. It works really well with the character meals. If you're going to do several of
Yes.
those, it's
If you're going to do a
definitely
lot of
worth
those,
it.
get the dining plan. It's worth it.
yep,
Yes.
it pays for itself in that case every single time.
It's not
Yes.
hard math.
Yep.
You don't have to sit there and go like, "Do I have to have a drink or not today?" No, you just gotta get the character meals.
Yep.
Love the character meals. All right, what is our next sin, CT?
The third one is not taking care of cast members, and I see it all the time. And just like go the little bit of extra time or extra like, do you know that they're on a point system that the cast compliments help with that point system? So
Yeah.
as you're doing cast compliments, you actually can help them avoid like some type of like they they can be forgiven for being late to work, or they can be prioritized for time off, stuff like that. I've heard. So those cast compliments that are buried in the I miss when it was on just on Twitter. You could
Yes,
just
that
do
was the
it there
best.
because it was fun, because it was public then, and then the other people that that maybe followed you was like, oh, every time Chris is at Via Napoli, he's always dropping a cast compliment. It must be that the cast is absolutely amazing there. I should go there the next time I go.
Yeah, I don't do it nearly as much as I should since it's no longer on Twitter.
Yep. After I heard about that before our last trip, I did it quite often. Um,
How
this
do you
last trip we were
recommend
on.
doing it now that it's not on Twitter?
So it is in the it's in the app. So the My Disney Experience app, you go in there, you do cast compliment. All you need is the name, where they're from, and where they work, and you can put that in there. And then it asks you a general question like, did they remember you? Did they make you feel special or welcomed? Or it kind of asks you a simple question, and then you can add a little more to it, and that ends up getting there's a team leader that ends up letting the cast member know. So I always do that. The other thing I'll do is like if it's a restaurant and we're not in a rush to hit like the next window for a ride, I'll make sure I talk to the team leader or the manager that's on the floor. If it's like a good experience at a restaurant, I'll just be like, hey, like I'll be on, if we had a really great experience, I will let them know, because there's always someone that wants to pull them aside and give them a bad day and tell them when something goes wrong. And I think that feedback's important, but I think that feedback should be private, quiet, not embarrassing for the team member, not embarrassing for the person, right? Like I believe in that, like giving feedback, but give the positive feedback from time to time. If you have a great experience with somebody at one of the restaurants or with a cast member, tell someone about it.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to all the cast members, because usually they're what makes your trip a lot of the time. They make all those little magical moments. So
Mm-hmm.
please give them positive feedback when you have a chance.
Yep.
And that also can kind of trickle in, not quite the same, but tipping at the resorts, like Bell Services. If you get an Amazon package delivered, they hold your bags, like say you arrive early, room's not ready, you drop your bags with Bell Services, you tip when you drop them, you tip when you pick them back up. Also, the maids, I know they don't clean your room every day, and that's a travesty to some. I actually kind of like it that they're not cleaning my room every day, because we don't show back up from my nap and they're in there, right? But it's like every 3 days or something like that. I can't
Yeah.
remember the schedule. It changes from level to level, but make sure you tip those folks as well. And same thing at dining. I think that's the most obvious place you tip, but yeah, we live in America. It is a tip culture, so that helps the cast members as well.
If someone's touching your bags, you should be giving them a tip, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just an easy rule, right? If they're bringing something to you, room service, food, right, package, I agree with all that. The other one I've seen it, I had a very cringy moment. It was just before COVID where someone asked for pixie dust, and watching that is not using those words in general, but they were asking for the cast member to like break the rules and go a mile for them, and I just like that's not taking
Oh,
care of the cast member either, because you put them in a bad place
Mm-hmm.
where they're trying to decide, can they give you a magical memory or are they going to disappoint you, right? Like
yeah.
there's no space for them, there's no wiggle room for them, and it's just not right. So I would
I feel like that alone is like one of this Disney sins. I keep wanting to call it deadly,
we'll
but
make that
you
one
can't
deadly.
ask
That
for
one's
it.
deadly.
We'll make that one
You
deadly.
can't ask for it. Like that's what makes it magical. Is it's just like their decision, and whether or not they can even give it to you or whatever it is. It's supposed to be a surprise. It's you can't ask for it. And every time we've been pixie dusted, it was like amazing because it was completely unexpected is what makes the moment, right? If you expect it, that's terrible.
Yeah, I
And
kind of
it
wanted to
does.
pull the person aside.
Yeah, it puts them in an awful position because like, what if they can, or what if I don't like, it's just, it's bad. Don't ask for it. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll talk more about pixie dusting in the after
Yeah,
show.
little teaser.
How about that? All right, CT, what number are we up to?
We're on 4.
Number 4, the fourth
Yep.
sin.
The
Disney.
next sin is going to be not budgeting for the extras.
That's a big one.
Right? There's a few things that just go into it. And I'd say this is a good rule for any trip you go on, because there's going to be unexpected costs on any kind of trip you're trying to make memories on. But for sure, a Disney trip, there are some of the best, most magical memories I have are because I was budgeting for the extras.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people fail at this, and I think lightning lanes is the thing that they don't do the math on enough to see just how much that adds up.
Yes. So I booked lightning lanes for our trip this morning.
Ouch.
And so funny thing is I got a little frustrated by what my options were. So for a hair of a second, I had the Premier Pass in our cart, and then that was ouch. I didn't buy it. Then I was like, okay, lightning lanes aren't that bad. We'll go back to the multi-pass.
I was there on my last trip, Lord. You're not the only one. I was there on my
Oh, it was so tempting. But I was like,
Yep.
there's like with Jake's parents, I'm like, that's 8 of us, and that's not a good number.
The Magic Kingdom is the place where it gets tempting, right? Like you just
Yeah.
think about how much there is to do, and if you're going on a trip that's not a week long and you're trying to do like 4 parks in 4 days, that kind of thing, like
Yeah. So you don't need a budget for that, but I do think the multi-pass is worth budgeting for.
Yeah.
And I know that expense actually comes before, especially if you're staying on property, right? So, but like as far as credit card bill wise, it's going to be in the same, week of your trip. So I think it's okay to throw it in there. It's not like you're on the trip yet having to pay for it.
Yeah.
So what other things are we looking out for?
No park hopper. I don't understand how people don't get a park hopper when they go.
It's amazing.
It's more than you think, too. I realize this every time I go to a Magic Kingdom on a party day in the morning, because all the people without the park hoppers are not there. And it's like half the crowd. It's crazy. It is wonderful for the people who got it. Yeah.
Yep. But the Animal Kingdom isn't a full day. And even
What?
with the addition of the new like Encanto and once the dinosaurs it'll still be the same place. We're out of there usually by 11:30. I think at worst we've seen 1:30 if we're taking time to just like walk through the animals, right? Like now we're like strolling through the theme parks. I just got to get the park hopper. It makes it easier for flexibility for shows.
And it's usually too hot to just stroll through the Animal Kingdom. So it makes the answer of should we walk this path or walk out? It makes it much easier. And let's be honest, they're not really adding to the Animal Kingdom. They're redoing Dinosaur, like retheming. And Encanto's going where there was a ride. Not that long ago. Hopefully Encanto has higher capacity than Primeval World, though. I mean,
oh God, please,
yes. Hope. If they don't,
that would be a sin.
That would be a Disney Imagineering fail if that didn't have higher capacity, because that was not a high capacity attraction.
No,
but I mean, they built Navi River Journey, and that's a high capacity attraction. So
it's gonna be like Peter Pan. 10 people on at a time.
Oh, that would be so painful.
Oh,
it needs to be like the Haunted Mansion. I hope it's like an Omni mover.
Hopefully, something
where it just has people like
I would love that.
People up. Yep.
And if it's boats, it's more Pirates of the Caribbean Small World rather than Navi River Journey boats.
Yeah.
So
like a lengthy ride.
We need capacity at that park. Now, where they're going to suck people in is the hour-and-a-half wait. So
that's true.
That will change the dynamic of the park, and I'll definitely be buying a lightning lane.
I was just thinking that's going to completely, side note, like change the structure of how they do lightning lanes there.
Yeah.
Because they don't have any tiers right now.
They're going to have to.
100%. That's all going to change.
Well,
yeah.
Here's the one ride in this tier and the one ride in this tier.
No, it'll be 2. You'll have to pick whether or not you're...
That's all the rides they have, though. It's like, do you want... I think there'll be 2 individual lightning lanes.
They'll
And
just
then
make the walkway that they're going to add between the resort, the Animal Kingdom Resort, and the park tier 1 as well. So
stop
you'll have
talking
to-
about dreams. They're not doing anything that cool over there. My gosh, the most needed sidewalk on earth. Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Have we mentioned PhotoPass?
No, we
yet?
need to get to
Yeah.
that one because
That's
that is
important.
one that I think people skip and regret later.
Mm-hmm. It's an important one. Buy it. It's worth it. Take your time getting the pictures. You get the ride pictures too,
hmm
which are fun.
Like some of those Tron ones are amazing.
I wouldn't know.
Oh, sorry. We have an amazing one of Jake knew when the that's my husband. He knew when the camera was coming, and it was Lily's first time when she was finally tall enough to write it. And he's just looking at her, and her face is like, ah, like she's so excited that she finally gets to write it. It's one of my favorite pictures. It's
Yeah.
great.
Well, even then, like we did similar to that when I went with my nieces this summer. My nieces and my sister, we were like the 4 of us were the ones going on the crazy rides because my wife won't do it, and Grandma wasn't. My mother wasn't going to do it either. So um, we got these great pictures, not only on the ride, but typically you can get a picture in front of the ride. Right? There's a photo pass member that's like they were holding the disc at Tron, or we took a picture right in front of um, Tiana's Bayou, right? Like, so there are a lot of opportunities for photo passes, and the pictures turned out so great.
Yeah. Like some of our best family photos are like in front of like Spaceship Earth or the castle or whatever. Yeah.
We put all our best ones on our website, Lauren, ropedroppod.com.
You made me spend the whole day just taking pictures.
We had to go to the Magic Kingdom just for pictures. That's literally all we did there.
I
Right?
made you go on a ride.
What did we end up on? Because wasn't
People Mover.
Okay, I thought we
Yeah.
walked over there and it was closed. That
I
must have
thought we
been.
wrote it.
I don't remember.
No,
It's
I don't
all a
remember
blur.
either. There was
Everything's
too
a
many
blur
photos.
after the race. I really don't remember anything prior to mile 5 of the 10 miler, which opened for registration today for next year.
Yes.
Sadly, I can't do it. It's prom that weekend. So
You're
Alden's senior prom. So conflicts for a few more years potentially, but I think once the kids are out of high school, maybe it'll be
I mean,
a
thank God
regular
that
thing.
Luke and Claire are the same age.
Yeah.
So like that senior year we can be on the same schedule.
Yeah, one time.
One time and then
My
not any other
youngest, your
time.
oldest.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no 10 miler, no springtime surprise. So, but all right. What other things are you budgeting for? CT?
So if you've never been on their website and looked at the Enchanting Extras collection, there are so many things you can do, from the firework dessert parties, VIP tours, animal encounters both at the resort and in the Animal Kingdom park. The Hoop-de-Doo review. I know that's a dining reservation, but they list that out there on the Enchanting Extras. So there are a bunch of other things you can do that really, like, if you want to, I don't know, I used the word zhuzh today, and I don't, if you want to zhuzh it up a little, right? If you want to dress it up. With my, this last trip I went on with my wife, my mom, and my sister and her kids, the last night we did the Seats and Suites, which is the dessert party during the fireworks. And that was our last night there at the parks before we headed out to Vero the next morning. So it was a great way to like bookend that part of the trip, have a moment together. I had these great pictures. I have this great video footage of, my nieces watching with my mom. So they have, footage and pictures for years and years and years to come of that. Like, just really great moments. It's an all-you-can-eat dessert bar, and they've got champagne, and the girls were having their pog juice, right? The stitch juice, as they call it, and like that was a fantastic time. It was a great way to end the trip.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorites because I just love that you can actually like enjoy the ambiance without having like hundreds of people next to you. And the seats one is my favorite as well, just because you never have to go. I enjoy the hub, but it gets kind of crowded. They can sometimes oversell that version of the dessert party. So the seats kind of guarantee that that's not going to happen. And you can still kind of snack and drink as the fireworks are going to, if they don't clean it up too quickly, which usually they don't. So it's a fantastic use.
No kids on shoulders.
Yes.
Doug's down for that.
Yeah, kids on shoulders. I mean, unless it's my kid on a shoulder. I don't think I could put my
I
kids
don't think that's
on
happening
a shoulder.
anymore.
Yeah.
No, but it would be worth trying. Uh, I think that's the best version of a dessert party for sure. The seats and treats and
Yeah.
all of those are good. Like VIP tours, all those sort of things are a thing you can budget for and make the trip much more magical. So, all right, let's move on to the next sin, as it were.
Not taking care of yourself during the long days.
Oh, this is the deadly one.
This
Yeah.
is the deadly one. So, a little story here. I made a critical error during this last trip. We left here. I worked all day. The car was packed up before I left for work. I got off work and literally just came home, picked up my wife, and we were off to Fargo for the first night on that trip because then we went down to Minneapolis. We're there for a couple of days. I was still wearing my work shoes, which is a little dressier than what you would want to wear in the parks. And I forgot my tennis shoes. So I wore new shoes to the parks this last trip. And I definitely did not take care of myself.
That can hurt. That can hurt.
Almost deadly.
Almost. My first day of that springtime surprise trip, I wore my flip-flops because I thought I'm just going to pick up my bib, right, at the Wide World of Sports. I forgot how much walking you do just to get your bib for a race. It's part of the marathon. And yeah, that I paid the price. My feet were sore later that night just from walking that much in my like 10-year-old flip-flops that should have been thrown away about 9 years ago that I still wear.
If you didn't have flat feet before, you did after that, huh?
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, take care of yourself.
Shoes are important.
Yeah. Lauren, what other ways do you need to take care of yourself?
So drink lots of water, especially if you're going in the summer like I am, crazily enough. In August, it's going to be so hot. And so we were talking about that earlier. You need to hydrate. If you need to get out of the heat, shows are a good way to kind of take a break as well. Or if you just need to get off your feet. And you'll hear Doug and I say our favorites, like the ones that are air conditioning, like Frozen.
Well, Hall of Presidents is a great nap. I'm just saying, I may or may not have been woken up by a stranger the last time I watched it.
Why were you by yourself?
They went on like Thunder or Space.
Oh, that's right.
Or Tron.
Okay.
Maybe they were doing Tron and Space. I don't know. I took a nap. It was magical. And I learned all about the origins of our country while doing it.
All right.
The show really is neat. I'm not saying no shade on Hall of Presidents. Most of it's just about the Revolutionary War, right? And it's a history lesson. That's where I fell asleep.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I am terrible. So, all right. Other good things on this: take care of yourself. Set some expectations. Set some goals. Like
ones. Reasonable expectations.
Oh, not a goal like we're gonna do 4 parks one day, all the attractions. People set that goal. Not reasonable.
You really can't do that anymore. The parkology is. There used to be a science to it.
Well,
right? It's
now
tough to do now.
You can pay the money and it's easy, right?
Yeah.
That's the problem now. Is the sport is gone.
Yeah.
But the average Joe cannot do 4 parks all the rides in one day. That's not going to happen.
I think our listeners are all capable.
And I think this, sure.
Okay,
I think this ties into last week's episode really well about multi-family, multi-generation trips, right? Like the reasonable expectations when it's just me and my wife versus grandma, nieces, right? Like that's a totally different paradigm for what's a reasonable expectation than if it's just us two, right? So,
yeah.
Right.
And I think that just helps you find patience, right? Like, because if you think you should be doing all these things and you're not getting to them, like you're going to get anxious and antsy. So just plan on the slower pace. You'll enjoy it a lot more. And then if you get to the extra stuff, you get to it.
There you go. Yeah. Setting those expectations, preparing for the heat, the climate, go to shows. Don't get new shoes like CT. Although new shoes were probably still better than your dress shoes.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although that would have made for some cool pictures.
In shorts. Yeah.
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 All right. What is the next sin not so deadly as that one?
Just be ready to get wet. Just get over that. You're going to Florida. It's going to rain in the middle of the day for sure at some point. Most of the days you're there. There are some rides that inevitably you think you can find the spot not to get wet on Pirates of the Caribbean, and you will find the one spot where the cannonball gets you,
Oh,
right? Like,
every time.
Yeah.
yeah, just get over that part of it and just be ready for it. And then this, just be ready.
Yeah, getting wet. Lauren, how do you prepare for getting wet?
So I will say Jake's better about this than me. I'm not good about it if I go on adults trip, but he packs ponchos for everyone because those seem to last. Like, we don't want to carry 6 umbrellas, right? Like, that'd be rough. So we just do the ponchos. We throw them on. You keep going. That's a good time to do shows, like, because I don't really want to sit in the rain. So if I can go do a show and wait out a storm, I'll do something like that. I used to kind of crouch behind Jake so that in hopes that he would get wet, but then now I sit with the girls and I'm way taller than them, so they all like, "Man, we're gonna crouch underneath you and you get all wet." So that's basically what happens when we go on Pirates or Tiana's. I get wet and they're, barely splashed.
Devastating.
Yeah. But yeah, you don't want to let it ruin your day. Like, you're there, right? You're not at Disney World every day. You just got to kind of work with it and make the best of it.
Yeah, and sometimes the best time to be in the park is when it's raining because a lot of people are not there, especially when it's forecasted like the not normal Florida rain where it rains all day. The parks can be really empty. So just go.
Yeah.
And now the outdoor stuff is not open, so be prepared for that. You're not going to get on Thunder Mountain or anything like that.
Or
But
test track.
test track, if there's a hint of rain, it goes
That's
down.
done.
How did
Yeah.
they fix that in this refurbishment? Whole different show. Sorry, I digress. We'll stay on track. Stay on track here, Doug. All right. So, any last things to say about getting wet?
No, just part of the deal.
And now for the 7th most deadly of sin. I don't know if it's the most deadly. It could
We
be.
thought
Could
not
be.
taking care of yourself was the deadly one, but this is a close second.
This one could be.
Not staying on property.
Oof.
Oh yeah, we talked about this. Yeah, last week.
You can make things so much easier on yourself. And I've even looked at like what you would pay to not stay and the difference in cost. You will quickly eat up with time missed in the parks, right? The not having a quick spot to get to take a break, and how that costs you at the end of the day, and like kids getting tired or even like, wow, I'll get tired. I've seen me do it. So stay on property. Budget the right way, plan the right trip, stay on property.
Yeah,
Look for
agreed.
the deal, right?
Yeah, transportation's much easier. They have the buses. As much as we complain about the buses, they actually are pretty efficient and get the job done. Especially, like, I've come out of fireworks worried that it was going to take forever, and they would have like 3 pop buses waiting for us, ready to go. They do a great job with transportation. You also, I think the biggest thing right now too is you get that 7 days to book your lightning lanes, because I really haven't had many people wanting to stay off property since that became a rule, because if you stay off property, you're booking your lightning lanes at 3 days out. And you have very limited choices and very limited times of days to use them. So it's a big win to go stay on property and get that 7-day advantage.
And the 7-day, you can do your whole trip, right?
Yes.
So you don't have to do it every
Day
morning.
by
Where
day.
if you're off property, you book 3 days out. Say you're doing a 7-day trip. That means you're getting
Every
up.
day.
You're booking lightning lanes 3 days in advance while you're already on vacation, while trying to modify lightning lanes for going into the park. And
Right. And same thing for dining, right? So like if you're staying on property, you can book, you just wake up one morning, you book the length of stay, like your whole trip. If you're staying off property, it's a day by day thing and it's not super fun.
No.
I'm a DVC member, so like this is a given for me, right? I already invested in making sure I don't make this sin. So
yeah. Also, namesake of the show, it makes rope dropping much easier.
Yep.
We all know how important that is. There's no better thing you can do to set yourself up for success in the parks than have a solid rope drop, getting to the parks way before they open. And in some of the parks, the buses beat the parking lot. And when you drive, like Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Epcot, parking, walking, it's simple if you get there early. It's really not that daunting. but the buses usually beat you. And there's nothing weirder than being the first car through, and then there's already people in line.
A ton sometimes,
Like,
right?
like it's just like, why did I drive from Pop Century to Animal Kingdom just to stand behind all the people that rode the bus? And I can tell you why. It's usually because my luggage is in the car and we're going to go straight to the airport afterwards or something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, the buses win usually
Especially
on
for
rope
a
dropping.
Magic Kingdom. So the
Oh,
off, yeah, if you're staying off property and like, let's say they do have a shuttle, which that's a big if. Let's say they have one, they're dropping you off at the TTC, at the Ticket and Transportation Center, and then you have to take the ferry boat or the monorail over to Magic Kingdom. You're staying on property, the bus is going to drop you off at the front gate. So that is a big time saver in itself.
well, CT, any last thoughts on this
Uh, I
sin?
I've also seen where we get surprised by something that's a little extra we didn't expect. So, I went a lot as a kid, and there's a lot you can forget there. Then did like my 10 plus years in the Air Force, and then after I got out was when my wife and I decided to go on our first trip together. So it was after not going to the parks for about 12 or 13 years, and I went with my wife, and we stayed at the Contemporary the first time. And one of our favorite memories at the park, probably a top 10 memory, is we got back to the room one night and we had ordered some desserts and room service, and we're sitting out on the balcony, and all of a sudden this little parade comes by in the water.
Mm.
And it is one of our favorites to this day, that the electric magic parade, or whatever, what are you know what I'm talking, the electric
Yeah.
water pageant.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Electric water
we
pageant.
love it still to this day because it takes us back to that trip,
That's awesome.
that memory on our first trip. Like, sometimes you just get surprised by something you didn't expect,
Mm-hmm.
something you didn't know was going to be there. We've had characters in the lobby during a bad storm. We've seen, like, they're just these little notes of where Disney takes care of you, or you see Disney do something a little extra you didn't expect, and it ends up being this great memory. And you're not going to get that at an Airbnb,
Right.
right? The
No.
That's
memory you're
true.
going to get is the exorbitant cleaning fee you got hustled out of,
Or
So,
maybe the game room in the garage. That's also 75,000 degrees
yeah.
because it's Florida, and you put a pool table in a garage.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think kind of relating to pools is my kids love all the activities, the poolside activities alone. Like
Yeah.
the first time we stayed at a different hotel and it was like had a nicer pool, they were like, but like where are the activities and where are the games? And I was like, yeah, we're not at Disney anymore. Like sorry,
Poor
we're not,
kids.
they're not doing this.
Poor
So
kids.
that's an awesome thing about staying on site too, is the pool. They have a lot of fun activities.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is the 7 sins of Walt Disney World. Thank you, CT, for those. His article about it will be coming out on Substack soon over on the DCL Duo Substack. So make sure you check that out. We'll put a link in the show notes. But first, before we wrap up, we have something pretty major to do. The lightning round. Lauren, it's time for the
Yes.
lightning round. Take it away.
Yeah, so CT, you can answer with your favorite Disney, Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel, anything underneath the Disney umbrella as you see fit.
You guys know it's like torture to push people to just pick one, right?
That's the idea. We like to torture people.
Also, Doug likes to judge people.
Only judging.
Yep.
I try to say I don't, but you can tell I do a little bit.
All right.
So we'll try not to judge you. But let's start. What is your favorite Disney movie?
This one's really hard for me, but I'm actually going to go with it. It's got to be Miracle.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Hockey
I watch
fan.
that I watch that 3 or 4 times a year, so it
that is
must
a
be the
great
favorite
movie. And I don't think have we ever had that
No,
before?
that's
That's
a
a new
first, yeah.
one. That's a great movie. And I'm not even a big
Yes.
hockey person.
It's a fantastic movie.
If
But
you-
I like I
Yes.
said, I watch it 3 or 4 times a year. I watch Remember the Titans a couple of times. And
That's a
so
good one too.
There are just some great movies that don't get me. If I had to pick an animated one, I had to pick Aladdin, but like the Miracle.
Yeah,
choice.
nice. Favorite Disney character?
I'm gonna go with Poe Dameron.
Ooh.
Okay.
I really love that character from the new trilogies. The new trilogies the newer trilogies not my favorite, but that character's fantastic, and
Yeah.
they've woven him into, Rise of the Resistance and stuff like that in a way
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
I love that character.
He even
Yeah.
shows up in some animation stuff too.
Yeah.
Oh, he does? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the least popular animated show for Disney. What's it called? I can't even remember the name of it. It had that different animation style. It was set during the new trilogy.
I never watched the
You're on your
animated
own.
Is it
I've
stuff.
never watched animated
Resistance?
stuff.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll figure it out after we're off. The
Oscar
air.
Isaac does a great job. Great
Yeah.
character.
He's a great
Hard to
actor.
have.
Yeah, I
Yep.
love him. Favorite Disney villain?
Hades.
Oh,
Hades is
Nice choice.
that's Doug's favorite too, right?
Yeah.
he's
Yes,
tops.
it is.
Tops.
So, Doug, tell us, what does it mean when someone likes Hades?
Means you like sarcastic, passive aggressive, anger, and humor.
That all checks. A lot of angst. Yeah.
All right. Favorite Disney song?
Again, this is a tough one. I'm going to go with anything by Powerline. Right?
Oh,
Powerline's got a
man.
couple of hits.
They've been like making a huge comeback. Like what? Doug, I was at
Eye
some
to
point with
Eye.
you and they were in it. Was
Yeah,
it the Halloween?
Yeah, and there was that one dude that like ran out in the street and did the whole dance with them. It was the pre-parade show.
Is
Yeah.
that what? Yes, that's what it
Uh-huh.
was.
And
Yeah.
it's Star Wars Resistance that he shows up in.
The show.
Oh.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything Powerline. I just love that character. Love that. I think the kids these days aren't paying attention enough. Like, hey kids, if you're listening right now and you haven't seen the Goofy movie, get your life right. Go see the Goofy movie.
I will say we watched it mostly so we could start winning those questions
Trivia,
on
yeah.
Disney trivia. But the kids liked it. Yeah, I wasn't sure how it was going to hold
Great
up. but
father
they-
son story. Doug
Yeah.
just did that to Utah. He did the same thing. He
Yeah.
was Goofy.
Road
It's
trip.
true.
His kid was Max.
Yeah. I mean, pretty similar, really. Okay.
Favorite Disney park?
Of Magic Kingdom. That's my love for Disney is about nostalgia and remembering time with my mom and my dad. And I just, when I'm on Main Street USA, I just get taken back to like the moment I'm so young, I have to hold one finger in my whole hand, right? Like when I'm walking with my parents, and I just, it's the family memory of that just, yeah, Magic Kingdom, love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Favorite classic attraction? You define classic.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea just blew my mind as a kid.
I never wrote it.
It was so good. And I know they've done it as Nemo at Disneyland.
I've done the Nemo. Yeah.
But nowhere close to as good as the way that like you just got drawn in on 20,000. Like if you saw the movie and then went to Disney and went on the ride, just like as a kid,
It was almost scary.
yeah,
Huh.
Yeah.
fantastic.
That was the first time I realized that I get a little claustrophobic in submarines because it's like I don't even know that we're underwater, but I kept being like, "Can we get out now? Like I don't feel good." Jake's like, "You're fine."
Not a lot of submarines in Iowa and Illinois.
No,
Well, I
not
guess there
here.
is.
There's
There's a
some.
museum in Chicago. We'll talk about that later.
Oh yeah. Favorite modern attraction?
I think there's so many good ones. I'm going to disappoint my nieces when they listen to this one. I'm going to say Rise of the Resistance.
Oh, what would they have picked?
Cosmic for one and Tron for the other. They loved them.
Oh, it's variety.
Okay. We'll
Yeah.
allow it.
We'll allow it.
But Rise is just the storytelling.
I'm
right?
excited to take my in-laws on it next week because they haven't been yet, so that'll be fun.
Not telling my mom or my sister about the end of the ride
Yeah.
is one of my favorite memories from this trip because I was like, it's just a dark ride. It's good.
It's fun just to be with people you don't even know, but you know it's their first time. And like I've caught Doug doing the same thing, just watching people to see like how they react. It's fun.
Yeah.
Favorite Disney resort?
It's Vero Beach.
Yeah, I haven't stayed there yet.
Vero Beach is amazing.
I need to go.
It really is.
You haven't been, right, Doug? Oh, you guys aren't beach people.
Not beach people. Yeah.
We've been 3 times now since COVID. 3 times since COVID. So since 22, we've been 3 times, and it is like, I wish it had a few more characters. There's only one place you're going to see characters, and that's Saturday morning at breakfast, at the Wind and Waves. But like, just the cast members and the conservation effort happening on the beach if you're there during the turtle nesting season. There really is something for everyone at that resort as it spreads out over the course of those days. It's a fantastic, and it's the hottest take that comes off my page, and that is, I don't know what a Mickey churro waffle is. That's garbage compared to a key lime Mickey waffle.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
That's a thing, and it's lime curd in a Mickey waffle. It is fantastic.
Huh? Did you know that was a thing, Doug?
Yeah, only because of his hot take.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean,
I know it's not appreciated, but if you haven't had the key lime waffle, you just don't live in ignorance. You don't know. You don't know. And that's okay.
favorite counter service.
A Regal Eagle. I
Oh,
don't get
nice.
there often. It doesn't make every trip, but that is probably my favorite.
that's a good one. Favorite table service.
Via Napoli. It just
Big
reminds
pizza.
me of yep, the pizza. We have the pizza, the calamari, the desserts there are fantastic. You know, they've got the three Stromboli, Etna,
Hmm.
and Vesuvius are the three ovens in
Hmm.
the place. If you've ever been there before, I love Via Napoli. It takes me back to when my wife and I went to Vesuvius and Pompeii on our Disney cruise to Europe in the Med. It was yeah, that's Via Napoli is it is so on point and so close to that part of Italy. Just as
Hmm.
they really did it well.
Favorite snack, Disney snack.
The carrot cake sandwich
Nice.
seems to be the one I go after lately. I love the rolls at Gaston's. I know that's a big favorite on the show, and that was my favorite one until I started actually listening to this podcast and someone talked about the carrot cake sandwich, and I think
That's
that's my
Doug's.
favorite one now.
It's a good one. It's morphed over the years, but it's still
There,
good.
there is a good appreciation though for the way the Gaston roll can replace when snacks replace a meal.
Hmm.
You have
Yes.
one in the dining plan, right?
Yeah.
It's a great breakfast.
Yep.
Yeah. 100%. Favorite Disney drink.
This one's tough. I'm gonna go with. Uh, can I call a drink on the cruise?
Yeah, sure.
The old fashioned on the Magic. What's the bar on the Magic that's close as you're walking down towards Animators and the Tangled restaurant?
Preludes,
It
but now
used to
it's
be
Scat Cats.
Scat Cat Lounge.
Oh,
The
yeah.
old fashioned at Scat Cat Lounge is probably my favorite.
Oh.
Nice.
Disney bucket list item.
An adventure by Disney that has the Great Wall of China included on it.
Solid.
And I think that
Yeah.
one's going to be things would have to change because of my work for me to.
I was about to
enjoy that
ask,
one.
can you go
Nope,
there?
that's not going to go
Okay.
over well. Yep,
Yeah.
they're going to tell me no. So, because of my work. So, but one day right? Like I can dream that 25 years from now that
We're all living in
we're all,
harmony.
yep, there's something happening better, and I can do that because that's the one I think that's on my bucket list. Like even outside of Disney, that I'm like. I don't know if that one's going to happen. We'll see.
That's tough. It's like when you know you can't do it, then you want it more, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. The right answer is whatever trip is going to like make my wife's dreams come true.
Oh, that's sweet.
Well, and
That's the
that
one after that
concludes the lightning round. All right, CT, why don't you take a moment, tell everyone where they can find the tinfoil mouse ears and what it's all about.
Well, the easy way is to go to the Rope Drop Radio website, which is what?
RopeDropPod.com.
Yep, ropedroppod.com. And I am registered as a guest on there. And you can look at all of the hyperlinks I left today. If you can't find tinfoil mouse ears, tinfoil M ears is the way to find it. And
Nice.
I'm active on X. I'm active on Threads. And from time to time, there's something on Instagram. So
Awesome.
And then, of course, the Substack with the DCL duo. Brian and Sam have just been amazing. I started off, the whole tinfoil mouse ears thing started kind of between them and, talking about it on Wes's show a little bit. And then it just kind of, they've been absolutely fantastic and kind of made a place. So I don't have to mess with learning how to do the website. I just type up crazy prognostications that, none of them ever come true. But it sure is a lot of fun, and there's a great community of people that want to talk about some of those things that never come true. So
Nice.
we bring guests in on the articles from time to time. So I'll reach out to somebody in the community and ask them if they want to take a guess at something, and I'll write that into the article with whatever I'm writing about. A lot of it's cruise stuff, but I am thinking about some park stuff I do want to include in the future. So and that'll just hang there. So
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. If you guys would like to book a trip to Walt Disney World to not commit these sins, you can reach out to our friends at Touring and Cruises and make sure to let them know that Rope Drop Radio sent you. And of course, if you're looking for a direct flight from Nebraska down to Orlando, make sure you check out Breeze at the Lincoln Airport. So that does it for all our time today. We're going to get on to the after show and talk about special extra little magical touches.
Hey, I just want to say thanks again. I'm also going to plug your Patreon. I've been a Patreon for a really long time with Rope Drop Radio Crew, and I am a firm believer, like, you vote with your wallet, right? Like, if you are using a resource out there and it is, help keep that resource going, because you're not getting rich off of the Patreon.
We're not.
No.
So,
We're not.
Hey, support the show, right?
Yes.
I know the reviews help, everything helps, but really think
It
about
does
like,
really help. Like when I took over hosting duties, I didn't realize like the cost of doing the podcast was far greater than I expected. And I was sad that Doug was not going to buy me a nice car.
there's no car incentive for hosts yet.
No, but no, I appreciate it. Like I really do from the bottom
Yeah.
of my heart, because that's the money goes straight back into the show.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
And
anyway.
I mean, we're about 36 sponsors away from the Rope Drop Radio Mobile.
So close.
So close, almost there. So thank you very much for that, CT. We're going to get on to that after show that patrons can hear. So for CT and Lauren, I'm Doug. This has been another Rope Drop Radio.